Welcome back to the campaign trail we go. Voting underway in the nation's first primary as candidates make their last-minute push for crucial undecided voters in New Hampshire. Joining me right now from Manchester is Trump Organization Executive Vice President Eric Trump. Good to see you, Eric. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome. It's great being with you as always.
Tell us what's going on in New Hampshire. How is your father's ground game? I know there was a lot of talk going into New Hampshire that he needed to really have a solid ground game after Iowa wasn't as solid as some people wanted to see.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're doing great. I mean, Don, Ivanka, and I, we've been all over the state. We've been having a lot of fun. We've made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of calls. In fact, I was at the call banks yesterday, and I made a bunch of calls. And so, we've had a lot of fun. As a family, we're relaxed. We went out. We had a great dinner last night. We were laughing. We were having a good time. And we had the Verizon Center. It was totally sold out last night, and we had a huge, huge crowd. So there's a lot of great spirit here. And as a family, we're relaxed, and we're having a lot of fun. And, fingers crossed that we win this tonight.
How exciting for you. So you're all making calls and really getting, and I haven't seen this in the past.
Yeah.
Is this because this is the first primary that you're all, your brother, your sister are all getting involved, picking up the phone? And what are you saying to those potential voters when you call?
Well, it's not. I mean, Maria, I'm not in the campaign, right? I mean, I'm out here supporting my father. I love him to death. He's a great man. He would do such an unbelievable job with this country, and that's why I'm here. I'm not a politician. This is not what I do. I run the business with Don and Ivanka, and we have a great time doing that. But it's very easy to call, right? I mean, you just speak from the heart. That's what you do when you speak about your father. And I called up a couple people yesterday, and I said, listen, I'm Eric Trump, and I'm calling on behalf of my father. And he's a great man. He's been a great father to me, and he's been my best friend and a mentor, and a huge part of my life. And he's just an unbelievable man. And I've sat across the table for him for 10 years now, in a work capacity, negotiating great deals. And he is solid as a rock. I mean, he is the best negotiator. He's the best business guy. And he would just do an unbelievable job for this country. So, again, as a child, it's an easy call for me to make because you're speaking from the heart. You're speaking about somebody that you love immensely.
Yeah, New Hampshire is a special place. They take this primary incredibly seriously. They take the fact that they're the first primary of the country, with a lot of pride. And a lot of people say that certain things don't play well in New Hampshire, right? I mean, your father's getting some heat for using a vulgar term to describe fellow Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz. Listen to this. I want to get your reaction, Eric.
She just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out, because I don't want to... Okay, you're not allowed to say... And I never expect to hear that from you again. She said, I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's a That's terrible.
Do you worry that there's no filters whatsoever and it's going to affect his polling numbers, Eric?
Maria, listen to that crowd. You had 10,000 people in that room that went absolutely crazy, right? I mean, people have to also have the ability to have a little bit of fun. I mean, the crowd was wild. It was so much fun. I mean, it's so great, and I was there last night, and everybody was laughing. Everybody was having a great time. I mean, the level of charisma there was amazing. We need a little bit of that in our country. I mean, people have been so disenfranchised by politics. They're not having fun with it. They're not interested in it. I mean, you need a candidate that can get people interested in politics. Otherwise, you're going to have a broken system, and you won't have anybody turn out to vote. And even what they're saying, I mean, even this morning already in New Hampshire, they're saying they're having record amounts of people turn out to the polls. That's an amazing thing for our country. That should be embraced. You need candidates with a little bit of personality. I mean, so many of these guys are just rocks. I mean, they're boring. They put you to sleep, and it's quite frankly, and I speak on behalf of my generation, it's really lost so many people. I mean, you have a generation under 30 or under 35 who just don't care about politics. We need somebody who can get those people back involved.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree on that level, because I think your father has already served an incredible role for America in terms of getting people excited about the election and getting them to think about it and have opinions. But the level of vulgarity in terms of using that word, in terms of, just that's what I'm talking about. I don't know that it plays well in New Hampshire and a lot of other places in America, by the way.
Yeah, maybe not. Listen, he's not the PC candidate. We all know this. We knew that. We knew that from day one. He's not the PC candidate, and he has fun, and the crowd went crazy, and then the media the next day kind of second guessed it.
What about
everybody
Michael Bloomberg?
had a great time last night.
Real quick, Eric. What about Michael Bloomberg?
Sure.
Are you worried?
No, not at all. I mean, we've known Michael for a long time, and we know him as a personality. And you know, I don't see it. I'm not sure. I mean, your last guest said, you know, he doesn't really see how the math works. I quite frankly don't really see how the math works either. But again, I'm not a political pundit, and I think we would do very well against Michael. Again, we've known Michael for a long time. He's actually come to us to build projects for the city of New York, and which is great honor. But you know, we'll see if he hops in. I think it's too early to tell, and you know, if he does, we'll deal with it at the time.
Eric will be watching. Great to see you, sir.
Great being with you, Maria.
Thank you, Eric
Take care.
Trump.
We'll see you soon.
You got it.